All right, namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me for your yoga practice. My name is Beth. For those of you that are new, welcome. All right, this practice is yoga for your back and hip pain to release any tension in this lower part of the region. Not only that, this is connected to the first and second chakra. It's important to take your time as we release this part of the, the body. All right, let's come onto the mat. Behind the mat, bring the legs about mat distance apart. Allow the palms to open. Allow the legs to be straight. Allow a soft knee as opposed to a locked knee. Then bring the hands to your hip, and we're going to wiggle the hip to the right and a little smile and wiggle the hip to the left. And then this time we're going to turn the hip all the way to the left, check in, then turn the hip all the way to the right. All right. Come here and come forward. Hands reach forward, bend the knee and come into your Malasana. If your heels are not able to come, are you able to move the legs a little bit farther? And then bring the hands in front of the heart. Allow yourself to grow taller. Allow your shoulders to relax. The key here is that we use this pose every often to release every single day. So it's important for us to be able to do this pose with ease. Malasana. If you go to a lot of African and Asian country, they sit like this and have a meal. But in the West, because we have septic tanks and toilets, we are not sitting in this way so often. So often at time, we observe this problem from stress in the lower chakra. So I want you to stay here now and bring the hands in front of the heart. Use the elbow to open the knee and see whether you can set an intention if you're suffering from lower back pain to allow yourself to release that part of the body. If you're suffering from hip pain or hip stress or any tension, make sure you are allowing and releasing completely. And then release the hands in front of you. And then bring the right knee inward, placing gently and noticing the right hip flexor. You can't talk about the hip without the hip flexor. We're going to swivel our hands over to the left side and take a spinal twist. Come back to center, unravel, and then sway it from side to side. And we're going to bring that left leg inside like a half frog. Hands reach up and we twist to the right side. Inhale back to center. And then slowly plant the hands on the mat, lift the hip. Walk the legs about hip distance apart, like 2 fists apart. Plant the hands on the shin. Look forward, straighten the back of the legs, lengthen. Then exhale, fold. Relax the shoulder and clasp opposite elbow. Maybe finding your weight a little bit towards the toes. Decompressing the spine. Bringing your forearm down towards the mat. Inhale here, lengthen, and then walk your hands forward into your plank. Lower the knee on the mat, and then open the knee mat distance apart, hip towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale, come back into the hands. And this time, I want you to open your right leg, coming into kneeling on the left side. And we drop towards the left heel and open the hip. The right leg can point up or down. You can reach the hands forward and come down. Inhale, coming to the hands. And we switch over to the right side. So bending the right leg, right knee on the mat. Lengthen the spine. And then push the right hip down. Left leg can point up. Take any hand gesture. Hand can open, or you can bring your forearm and lay down. Inhale, come up into the hands. And then slowly and mindfully bring the left leg back. And then walk the hands forward. And then lift into your plank. Downward facing dog right away. Try to push the mat away. Push the heels back. Relax the head and neck. Extend. Feel your back body here. Wrapping your shoulders away from the ears, pulling those heels down. Lengthen the lower lumbar. Breathe in and breathe out. From here, bring the left leg in between the hand. Drop your right knee. Relax the top of that right leg on the mat. Left hand, right leg on the left knee. Lift the chest, look up. Checking in with those hip flexor. Lengthen the spine. Broaden across the chest. Frame the front foot and straighten the left leg. You can sit towards the right heel, half split. You can catch the legs if you can and lean forward. Inhale, come back into the hands. And then slowly and mindfully walk the right leg back into your lizard pose. Forearm on the mat, right leg back, and breathe in and out. Being mindful here not to let your left knee open too wide. You want to hug that left knee towards the chest. Coming back into the hands. And take the left leg back and up. Extend, lengthen, bring the left leg on the mat. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Let's start with the right leg extended. Bring that right leg in between the hand. And then press the hands on top of the knee. Open the chest, relax the shoulder. Breathe in and out. Feeling your hip flexor, lower back. Lengthen the spine. When you have it, plant the hands on the mat and go for your half split. Point toes, flex toes, sit towards the left heel. Inhale, plant the right foot down on the mat. Wiggle the left leg back and walk the hands inside the right foot for lizard pose. Try to hug the knee towards the chest. Relax the top of the left leg. Inhale, come into those hands. Tuck the left leg under and lift the right leg back. Coming in back to that downward facing dog. Walk the legs in place. Releasing any tension on the lower back, the back of the legs. When you have it, bring the legs about mat distance apart, lengthen, and then walk the hands to the right, left ankle and fold over. And then release the right hand, left hand, right ankle. Pushing the mat away. Releasing any tension on the lower back, hip. Release the hands on the mat. Then walk the legs back, downward dog. Extend the left leg back and up. Bring the left leg parallel to the mat for your pigeon pose. Flex the left foot. Extend the right leg back. Lengthen the spine. Open the chest. And then come down on your forearm or lay yourself down. Make sure you're not collapsing on the left hip. You gain more space. You walk the right leg back. Lengthen. This is also a good one for your lower back and your piriformis. Make sure you're not holding tension around the glutes muscles, your hip region. We hold here a little bit longer. Inhale, come back into the hands and take the left leg back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reach high, extend. Right leg parallel to the mat on this side for your pigeon pose. Extend the left leg back, lengthen the spine. And then come into your forearm or lay yourself flat on the mat. Pigeon pose on this side. Inhale, come back into the hands. Tuck left leg under, step the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, legs are hip distance apart. Lengthen. Inhale, forward into your plank. It's also important to engage your core muscle. That's great for your back health as well. Lower your knee, chest and chin. You don't want to excavate any tension on the back body. And come into your cobra. Look up to the sky or look forward, making sure there's no tension on the lower back. Exhale, press into your child's pose. Big toes touch, hands reach forward, head on the mat. Inhale, back into the hands and knees. Cat and cow. Look up. Inhalation. Exhalation, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Releasing any tension on the lower back. 3 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come into neutral spine. Tuck toes under. We press back to that lovely downward dog. Stretch out. Left leg outside of the left hand. Pivoting that right leg 60 degrees, heel to heel alignment. Left hand inside that left hip. Right hand reach forward. Extended side angle. The gaze is towards the upper arm, or you can look forward. Use that left elbow, lower your hip towards the mat. Extend. Inhale, walk the hands forward, lean in, and open that right hip. Skandasana variation. Then walk your hands to the front. Standing, wide-legged standing forward fold. So open your legs. Back remains flat. You can catch your ankle. Yeah. And fold. Inhale, walk the hands to the right side, and then right hand down. Left hand reach forward, coming into your extended side angle. Make sure you're not forcing the shoulder. Lengthen the spine, gaze can be forward. Push into the outer edge of that left leg. Feel free to use a block in any of these poses. And then walk the hands forward, point the toes to the sky. Skandasana. All right, from here, we're going to bring that right leg out about a 90-degree angle. Left leg forward. Lengthen. You can just sit here. You further to go, you reach the hands all the way up. Lengthen the spine and come forward and fold. Checking in that you're not holding any tension on that lower back or the hip. Guys, if you're liking this sort of content where I'm targeting just two parts of the body, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, become part of the Home Green channel, and support in any way you can. Share or donate, yeah? Inhale, come back into the hands. And this time we're going to sweep the right leg forward and sit nice and tall. Point toes, hands reach up, lengthen, and reach your hands towards your toes. You can put a strap over the ball of the foot. Lengthen. This is a great one. Don't force the back into it and come down and fold. You can point toes, the back of the knee on the mat. Notice your lower back, and then we come down and fold. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Then exhale, release. The left leg comes 90 degrees. Check in that you're sitting nice and tall. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. And then come over to the right foot this time and fold. Lengthen. And we fold. Inhale, come up. Hands reach up. And then release the left foot forward. And then bring the right leg outside of the left knee. Nice and tall, hug in. Right hand behind you. Left elbow outside of the right. And twist. Bring the gaze forward and twist on the left. And then bring the right leg towards the perineum. Hands reach up. Catch the right wrist, lengthen. Catch the left wrist and lengthen. And then come forward and fold over to that left leg. Lengthen the back body. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up and release the hands. Straighten the legs. Bring the left leg over to the right. Hug in. Left hand behind you. Support the back. Right elbow outside of the left. And twist. Come back center. Bring the left leg towards the perineum. Square the hip. Both hands reach up. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Lengthen. Come forward and fold. Back of the right knee on the mat. And fold. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. And then release. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called a pancake pose. Basically, you want to open the legs as much as you can. Lengthen. Hands reach up. And then reach the hands forward, pointing the toes and fold. So not only that you get hip and back, you get back and hip. And release. All right, inhale, come up into the hands. Bring the sole of the feet together. Another favorite, Sutta Body Kanasana. So use the hands, open the book, and then draw the shoulder away from the ears. You can also just wiggle the hip up, knee up and down. Just checking in how your hip feels here. Remember, yoga is a constant practice. Don't just do one of these and think, right, my hip is going to heal. If you have a back issue or a hip issue, it's a result of weak muscles. So we want to strengthen and add more flexibility. Yeah. Right hand behind you, left hand opens and twists. Then left hand, right hand, just assisting the hip. This feels amazing if you have really tight hip. And this could be as a result of crossing one leg over the other. But usually is that we have stress the hip and the lower back. Try the left again. Try the right again. And from here, we're gonna wiggle that right hip and left hip back and come into frog pose. So you can double the mat, you can stay on the hands, but the frogs that I've seen, they're on their forearm. All right, relax in here. This is a tough one, so use a pillow on both knees. That way you can find ease. All right, come back into the hands and hug those knees together. Sit towards the heels, hands reach up, and then hands on the lower back for camel pose. Stretch everything out. Lower back, breathe in. You can reach for the heels and open the chest. But the hip is more important. So you want to feel like someone is pushing your hip forward. And then release into your child's pose. Then most importantly, come down and rest. But before we rest, we're going to check in with our lower back with the bridge pose. Lift the hip and run your hands underneath, releasing any tension. You can place your hands on your lower back. Begin to release slowly and then lift the legs up. Flex the toes. Back of the knee is straight. Then hug the knee in. Come into happy baby. And we rest. Shavasana. Take any leg variation. You can stay in Sutta Baddha Konasana and relax. Allowing any tension in the hip region to release. Allowing the earth to support you. Begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers, rotating ankle and wrists. Reach the hands overhead, lengthen, and then hug your knee towards your chest. Rock forward and back a couple of times, massaging the lower back, and come to seated. Hands in front of the knee, palm open or close, hands in front of the heart, honoring yourself for showing up. May you have healing, may you have healing, may you have healing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti simply means peace, peace, peace. Namaste. All right, I hope your back and your lower back feels better. And I hope you can constantly practice to strengthen and lengthen your back and your hip region. From me to you, be well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Most of you watch and are not subscribed to the channel. It will be a huge honor if you like and share and subscribe. Become part of the Home Green Wellness. Namaste.